introduce myself. I'm Chris Miller, and I'm the Activism Manager at Ben & Jerry's, and I'm incredibly pleased to be joined by business leaders from across all parts of Vermont's food industry, from large national manufacturers like Ben & Jerry's to small specialty food producers, distributors, and retailers. We stand together today in support of H112 that would require mandatory GMO labeling in Vermont. I'm pleased to be joined by members of the Vermont Right to Know Coalition, as well as a number of companies, including Two Guys in Vermont, based here in Montpelier, Liz Lovely, based in Waitsfield, New Chapter, based in Brattleboro, Vermont, Black River Produce from Springfield, Healthy Living Market from South Burlington, and Vermont Businesses for Social Responsibility. I'd like to start by thanking members of the Senate Agriculture Committee and the House Agriculture and Forest Products Committee for their work in bringing the GMO labeling bill to this point. Now, let me tell you that as a food company that was started here in Vermont 35 years ago, we know Vermonters take food very seriously. Many of us buy directly from farms or farmers markets, and we support local growers and producers through memberships in CSAs. And in fact, Vermont has more farmers markets and CSAs per capita than any other state in the country. And that's not just because we all love kale. It's because as Vermonters, we love food. And we want to know where that food comes from, and we want to know the people that grow that food, and we want to know what's in that food. Simply put, as Vermonters, we want our food purchases to reflect our values. That's why GMO labeling is so important. The label becomes the link for Vermonters between the products they're buying and where it comes from and what's in it. That label becomes the link for Vermont consumers. It's important to note that GMO labeling is now in 60 countries around the world. And large national retailers like Whole Foods Market will be instituting labeling of all of their products across all of their stores by 2018. By passing GMO labeling, Vermont can lead the U.S. Now, as a food producer, let me tell you that labeling GMOs is just not a big deal. Food companies make changes to labels all the time. In fact, at Ben & Jerry's, we're in the process now of adding a claim that all of our products source non-GMO ingredients. We're putting it right here on the top. It says we source non-GMO ingredients. And it's already on about half of our pints nationwide. The balance of the pints will be rolled out by mid-year. And I'm happy to tell you that this new labeled pint will not cost you any more. It will not impact the cost of our products whatsoever. So, just in closing, those of us at Ben & Jerry's would urge Vermont's lawmakers to make sure that Vermont remains a leader and a national model for good, local, natural food by passing H112 and requiring mandatory GMO labeling of food. So with that, let me ask Jeff Weinstein from Two Guys in Vermont to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for everybody's advocacy on behalf of this issue. I own a small Vermont specialty food business, Two Guys in Vermont, and we support labeling GMO foods. We cook with Vermont fruits and vegetables and now source foods from 11 Vermont farms. Our customers value that we support local farming, and this is essential to our mission. Two Guys in Vermont is highly dependent on the Vermont agriculture brand. One of the ways I get to introduce our soups is by offering samples to shoppers in stores. It's here that I get to learn why consumers value our foods. Shoppers cite our quality, the local foods we cook with, and Vermont agriculture in general. Shoppers also ask whether our soups contain GMO ingredients. In fact, shoppers so often question whether our soups contain GMOs that we're redesigning our label to let consumers know that our products are GMO-free. However, it's critical to point out this does not accomplish the goal of labeling foods that contain genetically engineered foods. Vermont has a reputation as a progressive agricultural state. Consumers trust Vermont's agriculture and food industry because our state has been at the forefront of consumer-driven issues. Vermont was a leader in regulating bovine growth hormone labeling practices and organics. Vermont was a leader in regulating BPA in children's products and food containers. And now it's time for Vermont to be a leader in a consumer's right to know whether a food product contains genetically engineered foods. We all know that consumers use information on labels right at the point of purchase when making buying decisions. We support labeling GMO foods so that consumers can make educated purchasing decisions and determine the value of foods in agriculture. We believe labeling foods for what they are, not for what they aren't, accomplishes this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Let me ask Mike from Liz Lovely to say a few words. Thank you.
Morning. My name is Mike Swain. I'm here to represent Liz Lovely Cookies in Waitsfield. We're a small but growing company producing gluten-free and vegan cookies in Vermont since 2003. We strongly support passage of H112 and the labeling of GMO foods. Producing food without GMO ingredients is important to us. It has always been a core part of the company's philosophy. As a Vermont-based company, we think that passage of H112 will enhance the Liz Lovely brand as well as the Vermont brand in general. Labeling of genetically modified foods is important to our customers. Late last year, we had a chain of stores drop our cookies because our packaging did not label GMO content. Our products are now verified through the Non-GMO Project and labeled accordingly. We achieved this without increasing the cost to our customers. Thank you to BBSR and Ben & Jerry's for providing this opportunity to speak. Please pass H112. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. I'd like to introduce Sarah Newmark from New Chapter.
Hi, I'm Sarah Newmark. I'm the Director of Sustainability for New Chapter. We are the largest vitamin and herbal supplement company in the natural products industry, and we've been located in Brattleboro, Vermont for over 32 years, where we employ over 230 people. We've also been Non-GMO Project verified since 2010 for all of our SKUs, which includes over 100 different product lines. What I can say is, to Chris's point, that you won't see an additional cost to our products because of our verification. In fact, as the non-GMO segment in our industry is one of the largest growing, we've actually seen tremendous benefit from putting our products through this program. We support this state's labeling. We're proud to be from the state of Vermont. We're proud to see Vermont lead the way. As a state, I think it's important for us to take this stance as a very progressive, responsible state and be the first to do so. And while we support states' initiatives, we do look for a national, we're looking for a national response to GMO labeling, but we think having states take the lead will help get us there. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Jean Hamlin from Black River Produce.
Hello. For 35 years, Black River Produce has partnered with Vermont food producers, grocers, and restaurateurs to build our state's iconic food reputation. Today, Vermont is known as a leader for high-quality, sustainable food that comes with a story. Consumers want more and more transparency in their food sources, and our partners across the supply chain are eager to meet those market demands. At Black River Produce, we see H112 as an opportunity for Vermont to further solidify its leadership and brand in the regional and national food marketplace. Thank you all for this important work.
Thanks, Jean. And Eli Lessard Goldsmith from the largest for-profit natural food retailer in the state.
Thank you. I am Eli Lessard Goldsmith from Healthy Living Market and Cafe. We are Vermont's largest natural foods retailer. We are really in the beginning stages of understanding what the GMO issue is all about. And that's why we've been a little bit reluctant to get involved in this discussion. When we hear food manufacturers and retailers making claims they are not using GMOs or are preparing to go GMO-free, we just cannot figure out how they can make those claims. So we've been a little bit quiet on the issue. But what brought us around on this issue is one single sentence. People deserve to know what's in their food. We have agreed that since the day we started Healthy Living almost 30 years ago, when things like organic, local, and GMO were not part of the culinary language, today we still believe in that, and as a result, we have signed on to support this bill that will ensure that people are alerted to what's in their food. We like the bill because it doesn't make any other claim than that, and that to us is a big, doable, simple step forward. We really need to move forward this way because we are up against huge companies with vast power lobbying dollars, and political power. Moving too fast, making too many claims and demands will only mire us in their deep-pocketed legal system. Vermont has chunked it down to one facet of the argument, which we think is the wisest, most efficient way to go. Healthy Living Market is proud to stand in support of this GMO labeling bill. Thanks.
Thanks, Eli. And finally, Dan Barlow, VDSR.
Thank you. VBSR, we're a statewide business organization. We have about 1,000 businesses here in Vermont. Our companies represent about 15% of the workforce and contribute about $4 billion to the state's economy each year. And we are proud to stand here today in support of GMO labeling. Not only do VBSR businesses believe that consumers have a right to know what's in their food, that it's a fundamental right that people have, but we are very concerned that the effect of GE technology on the Vermont brand. Vermont has spent a considerable time of effort and money over the years building up the Vermont brand. So when people buy a Vermont product, they have certain expectations that it's good for them, that it's natural, that it's wholesome, and our concern is that GE technology undercuts all the work we've done on the Vermont brand over the years. So we're here, very happy to stand here today in support of this bill and urge the legislature to move forward on GMO labeling. Thank you.